What's up, guys? Well, today's YouTube video, and I know it's really dark outside, we don't usually start pretty late, but we are at the movie theaters to watch, obviously, Terrifier 3 with my two sisters right there. But we are obviously going to watch Terrifier 3, so of course I had to record some of this, and I'm not going to put the trailer because it's very gory, but, you know, I'll show you guys a little bit when we get inside, of course. So if you guys are new, make sure to smash the like button and hit the subscription. Helps out the channel immensely. Look, I'm doing this intro with nobody around except my sisters to watch, because I can see them laughing at me, but because it'd be very awkward. But with that being said, we are definitely going to be going, obviously, to showcase some of the Terrifier pops, but I'm not going to go to any store because of the factor that I already have them at home. So after we get to this portion of the movie review, we'll movie review it, of course, and then show the Funko Pop. So let's get inside and show you guys if there's any promotions or anything.
You survived the most famous serial killer since Jack the Ripper. The 5-year anniversary is coming up. I think a lot of people would really like to hear from you after all this time. Want to know what it's like to be in the presence of that kind of evil. What goes through your brain when he's close enough to you. You feel his breath. I saw him today.
Who? How can you be sure it was really him?
I could feel it.
Who is this Santa? He's scaring my kid.
Yeah, he's scaring me too.
Hey, Santa's handing out presents!
Why would he come back here? Even if he was alive, which he isn't. Wouldn't he want to get as far away from here as possible, as far away from you?
We both know this isn't over. I have to go back to the Terrifier.
Still buried there, isn't it?
It might be the only thing that can stop them. Looking forward to the best Christmas ever, filled with fun, smiles, and laughter.
Alright guys, so now that we're back and going to the movie, you guys saw in the trailer, I didn't have any footage of me inside the theater because it was kind of packed, so I just kind of took off and left. But we are back home, and obviously you guys probably didn't realize we did no Funko Pop hunting because of the factor that obviously in, what was that, NYCC, I talked about how I had already picked up some Scare Fair Pops. So I decided that today we'll be talking, I know the Terrifier movie came out a couple weeks ago, but we decided that we're going to do the movie review, plus also showcase some of the pops, which we'll get to in a second. We'll say spoiler warnings if you did watch obviously you haven't watched the third one. I just want to kind of give those kind of warnings. Anything else that I have to give about spoilers? It's really about all I have on that part of it. You guys probably have already seen it at this point, to be honest. It's been a pretty big movie in the box office right now. People have been really enjoying it. Also enjoying The Wild Robot, which I personally also did see. Masterpiece of a film, by the way. That movie is one of my favorite films of all time. I think you guys should definitely go check that out if you haven't. Also, check out Terrifier 3 if you haven't. Those are two movies that we're going to be... We're not going to talk about both of them, but talk about Terrifier 3 mostly today. So, again, we talked about spoilers. You guys saw the trailer. We already saw this at the theater. So now it's kind of, let's speak about the movie. I will say that I do also, before we get into all that, we have a lot of cool stuff coming out of the channel. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. But getting back to the plot, let's showcase the pop first, which this isn't the one we're going to be talking about. This is basically going to be the Leatherface pop right here from Scare Fair right there. And that's definitely an interesting pop. Before we get to the close-up, let me show you guys the back of the box with the 50th anniversary poster. They went kind of crazy this year with Scare Fair pops. But now let's kind of, before we get to the next pop, let's talk a little bit about what happens in the movie exactly, which basically this movie takes place after, obviously, Terrifier 2. And if you remember at the end of Terrifier 2, the pale girl takes his, his head to go and, basically recuperate his body. And then they end up bringing back Victoria from, obviously, the first movie. Again, lots of different placements of where they take stuff from. A little bit from the first couple movies, first here. They just cycle back. But Victoria comes back, and she is, like, the new host body, basically, that's helping Art. And so that's the main, like, antagonists of the movie, basically, Art, and then, obviously, I don't know what they call her, but Victoria, we're gonna say, so you keep that in mind. Obviously, Sienna and, obviously, Jonathan are major players in this movie, because they were the ones that got, like, attacked back in, obviously, in the second one. You guys remember that. And that movie went crazy, but this leads right to exactly here, where basically they're trying to deal with, obviously, the trauma and stuff they went through with, obviously, happening in Terrifier 2. And it goes kind of crazy. I will say that people overhyped immensely the maybe I'm just desensitized, or maybe I just don't see gore as bad as they do. I really don't understand what happens, because people were talking about how they left in like the first 10 minutes, and I really don't think anything happens in the first 10 minutes that if you left, my guess is you don't know anything about the Terrifier franchise, because everything that happens is pretty much, except that he has his hands are for everybody. He doesn't hold back on kids, man. Who would have known that the Terrifier, he seems like such a nice gentleman, but instead, nah, he throws hands with anybody. Anything that's moving, he throws hands, and that's crazy. But I don't think it's enough to walk out of the theater, personally. I do say, though, that moments that do go crazy are specifically the mall. I will say that, obviously, at the beginning of the movie with the kid, I'm not going to speak about what happens, because, obviously, YouTube. Then you also have the shower scene, which overhyped immensely. I was expecting something crazy to happen. It was definitely, like, disturbing to watch, but I wasn't like, man, this is too much. They went too far. I will say that there's a lot of plots that kind of just keep building up, obviously, to obviously what's going to happen in Terrifier 4, which I'm guessing they're going to go and end up battling Art again, because Art, obviously, as you guys at the end of the movie, escaped and went down to basically the bus station, I guess, to recuperate. I don't exactly know. They also took, I forgot her niece's name, or whatever her niece or cousin or whatever that kid's name was. She got she got sucked in. She's done for. She's cooked with obviously the sword, which the sword is like the weapon of safe or power, basically. I don't know exactly, basically her super item, basically, since Sienna is like the good side of the bad side, which is Art in all of their territory stuff, and obviously Sienna's the good side. See, there's a good balance, but instead the reason they're trying to take out Sienna is because they want to obviously make bad more than good. And of course, by I think they said they're doing a 4 and a 5. By 5, obviously, probably Sienna will win. And yeah, and also Jonathan, he got taken out off screen. Obviously Damien Leone, which is the director, has said that, I think he said that he did, he's not actually there anymore. He's been taken out of the movies. Of course, people were speculating that he was still alive, but the director says that. I really don't see the reason for you not to believe that. Unless, of course, the director's throwing a curveball, but who knows? It's directors, man. They always throw curveballs. I will say, let's get to the second pop real quick. And the second one, of course, with it being an Art-themed video, look at that. We were able to get Art the Clown. And this is basically from the second movie, opening of the second movie, where he's at the laundromat. And, yeah, they went crazy with this pop. Of course, oddly enough, with the Texas Chainsaw one, which once the close-up's done, I'll show you guys. With the back of the pop, on the Texas Chainsaw one, there's like a poster from basically the 50th anniversary, but for Terrifier, 50th anniversary, sorry. For the Terrifier, though, it's literally just his other pops from the set, which I do want to, get the rest of them now that I've actually been kind of keeping up with the Terrifier lore and following along. And, yeah, it's basically him with glasses. There's obviously him just doing his typical, pose. And then him with his blade. And then obviously him on a bike. Super cool pops, honestly. And I definitely was happy to get these ones. Well, actually, my sister picked these up. But I kind of want my own set now. So, of course, maybe I'll have to pick those up. I will say, though, overall, I'd give the movie, I'll give it an 8 out of 10, honestly. The more I've thought about it, the more I've enjoyed it. It's definitely, there's some aspects to it that I wasn't the biggest fan of course, and obviously that falls into the aspects that people overhyped it, of course, of everything being crazy, and I was expecting that, but other than that, though, the movie was fine. I didn't have really too many major complaints about the movie. I will say that The Wild Robot outbeats it by immense amounts of, points. If you guys want to watch that, go watch The Wild Robot. We also, this is what I was going to talk about earlier, we do have a lot of cool stuff leading up to Halloween. I do have some more Halloween-themed videos. I wanted to make this kind of spooky-themed. Plus, we're going to do some pretty cool Halloween videos going forward. We have some other pretty, cool things happening on the channel. We have obviously, lots of crazy stuff going forward. Also, on the art shorts, I do apologize we haven't been getting them out, but we will be getting out one tomorrow of somebody that someone requested over on TikTok, so we have to draw that character, which is already drawn. I just have to finish it up. I do want to draw, obviously, something Terrifier themed, so keep in mind that's going to be coming out. And then over the weekend, basically, I have a lot of cool videos because we're going to be meeting a voice actor, so I have to get that video up for you guys. So lots and lots of cool stuff for you guys if you guys are followers of the channel. But with that being said, I do appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched the stream earlier, because of the factor that I streamed actually before uploading this video, so that's kind of crazy. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.